Business Book Summaries.
The main goal of any in-depth scholarly study is to address a simple problem we all encounter in our daily lives. Consider the book I'm currently reading, Flow, The Psychology of Optimal Experience. It aims to answer the age-old question, what is the essence of true happiness? This book is essential as it forms the basis for other works we've discussed, such as Happier, Learn the Secrets to Daily Joy, Thinking, Fast and Slow, and The Road Less Traveled. Written by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, this book is regarded as a scientific masterpiece because it uses rigorous research methods to tackle the elusive topic of happiness, something psychology has struggled to define. We all want to know the secret to ultimate happiness and how to live a more fulfilling life. However, the challenge lies in quantifying this happiness. How do you measure it through empirical research?
Before we delve further, remember that we regularly share new content. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Business Book Summaries and hit the notification bell for the latest updates.
The author helps us understand that true happiness comes from a sense of inner order. He even introduces an intriguing concept from physics called entropy to explain this inner order. Entropy is a measure of chaos or disorder. For example, a room has low entropy when it's empty. But as people enter, moving things around and causing spills, the room becomes more chaotic, increasing its entropy. However, life processes, like photosynthesis, can reverse entropy by transforming chaotic elements into organized nutrients. In our daily lives, people often experience what the author calls psychic entropy, a state of mental chaos that correlates with life's hardships. Psychic entropy occurs when our internal goals and structures are threatened, leading to a state of inner chaos. On the flip side, the antidote to psychic entropy is what he calls the optimal experience, or flow. Flow is the feeling you get when you're fully immersed in a challenging task, like solving a math problem. Time seems to slip away, and you don't feel inner turmoil or self-criticism. It's like the stay-at-home-maker's experience while peacefully preparing meals. This sensation of flow is genuine happiness backed by both physiological and psychological evidence. The ultimate goal in life is to experience this state of flow as much as possible. The book concludes with the realization that it's not as simple as it seems. To understand when people experience flow the most, the author and his team conducted a well-executed social survey with an open mind. Surprisingly, 54% of flow experiences occur at work compared to just 18% during leisure activities. Recognizing and cultivating more flow experiences can transform every work situation into a captivating experience. To illustrate the concept of flow, the author refers to ancient tales like the butcher in a Chinese story who cuts with his spirit fully immersed, or the oil seller who pours oil without spilling a drop, fully absorbed in the task. This isn't just motivational fluff, it's a scientific approach to staying focused, efficient, and significantly happier. Understanding the principles behind flow and how to create more flow experiences in our lives can lead to a more serene, composed, and joyful life. Happiness isn't easily achieved, and the key lies in tapping into the tangible state of flow. I thought about this when I was playing tennis with my nephew. He used to be excited just to keep a rally going for a few rounds. Now, despite getting better, he still gets upset when he can't beat his dad. Ever wondered why we get more disheartened as we get better at something? My nephew didn't have an answer, and I told him it's okay, this is a lifelong question, one that he'll understand over time. But this is just a reflection of how our desires are insatiable. As we get more skilled or gain more, our wants seem to grow too, making happiness hard to catch. Also, we're easily thrown off balance. You might find a moment of peace between your body and mind, but it takes just one event to mess that up. Chaos is sometimes easier to fall into than keeping things in order. Now, many folks have already tried a bunch of ways to be happy. Some focus on getting rich, while others try to fight aging by working out. I used to be in great shape at 18, but as we age, our bodies change. People try all sorts of things to fight this, but they're often just short-term fixes. Traditional approaches to happiness have often proven ineffective, adding to why it's tough to find. Let's talk about mental chaos, which can get out of control. Imagine a guy like Julio dealing with a slowly deflating car tire. He can't fix it until he gets paid, so every morning, he pumps it up, hoping it holds until he gets to work. During the day, he's worried it might get worse, affecting his job and maybe even his employment. Small problems like this can snowball into major stress, creating a sense of mental chaos. Achieving an optimal experience, or flow, flips this trend. It brings back order and focus that isn't easily disrupted. Picture the joy of perfect self-control. You push your body until you feel a tingling sensation, and looking back at what you did, you feel awe and admiration for yourself. This brings a euphoric sense of self-satisfaction. It makes other life hurdles seem much more manageable. A rock climber often feels this after conquering a challenging rock face. But you can experience this feeling in many activities, like winning a chess match, having a meaningful conversation, or playing a great game of basketball. All flow experiences share two things: they make you feel unique and challenged. When you combine these, you'll find they contribute to personal growth. To achieve flow, engage in activities that challenge you, whether it's rock climbing, playing chess, or taking on complex projects. Stay fully immersed in what you're doing. It's not just for high-status jobs. Anyone can aim for excellence. Have clear goals and get immediate feedback. Surgeons, for example, feel instant gratification when a surgery goes well. Finally, feel a sense of control or mastery. Flow happens when you're in control and performing at your best. It's not the same in gambling, that's just a trick of the mind. Is not a genuine flow experience. Another key aspect of flow is the experience of total immersion, where you lose all sense of self, and time seems to distort. You might have been engaged in an activity for hours, but it feels like mere moments have passed. This is a state that most people have likely experienced at some point. Understanding flow is beautiful because it helps you realize that happiness lies in the journey itself, not necessarily in the outcome. It's in those moments of complete engagement, where you're challenged yet in control, that you find the most joy. So, the ultimate goal isn't something external, it's about your internal experience and mastery of the process. That's what flow is all about. How can we achieve this state of flow in our daily lives? The key term here is growth. Flow leads to new discoveries and a sense of creativity, pushing you into new realms of possibility and elevating your performance to levels you never thought possible. In essence, it enriches and complicates your sense of self, leading to personal growth. This is the crux of activities that generate flow. To make it more understandable, consider a graph where the x-axis represents your skills, and the y-axis represents the challenges you face. When your skills are more than adequate for the challenges at hand, you'll likely experience boredom. If you find yourself doing monotonous tasks day in and day out, you'll likely feel bored and disengaged. On the other hand, if you're overwhelmed by challenges that far exceed your skills, you'll experience anxiety and stress. It's a difficult and painful state to be in. However, there's a sweet spot between these extremes, known as the flow channel. This is what I refer to as the tipping point for growth, where we often find opportunities for personal development. If you aim too high, like wanting to become the next Elon Musk overnight, you're setting yourself up for anxiety. But if you set more achievable goals, like earning a certain amount, you'll find that you can hit that tipping point for personal growth, which can lead you into a state of flow. The trick is to avoid both boredom and anxiety by finding that flow channel where you can grow and thrive. This is a crucial aspect of achieving a state of flow, and it all boils down to the concept of growth. What contributes to this feeling of personal growth? One factor is culture, as illustrated by the work paradox. We've talked about how 54% of flow experiences happen at work. Yet, when people are asked if they'd rather stop working to watch TV, the majority say yes. It's odd because even when they're engrossed in their work, they'd still choose leisure activities when given the option. Why? Even though work is more fulfilling and leisure is often dull, according to Mihaly, this is due to cultural conditioning. In the Bible, Adam was sentenced to work as a punishment from God, setting the tone for the perception that work is a form of suffering. This cultural backdrop makes people eager to disengage from work the moment they clock out. However, in Eastern philosophies like Confucianism, the focus is on finding joy in what you do. So, culture plays a significant role in how we perceive work and leisure. Personality plays a significant role in our ability to experience flow, and it's shaped by various factors like genetics and family upbringing. For instance, if your family only focuses on results like grades or achievements, you're less likely to appreciate the journey itself. But remember, the ability to experience flow can be cultivated. Take the case of a man who spent about a decade in prison. Upon his release, he immediately told his friends he wanted to play golf. Intrigued, they asked why. He explained that he had been practicing in his mind while incarcerated. Although he couldn't physically play golf in prison, he spent years visualizing himself playing an entire 18-hole round, even correcting his swings and considering wind conditions in his imagination. After years of this mental practice, his friends took him to a golf course upon his release. Astonishingly, he played like a pro, outperforming everyone else. This real-life example demonstrates that even in the most restrictive environments like prison, one can still find ways to experience flow and improve skills. It shows that the peaks of life can be reached even under the most challenging circumstances. In a Hungarian prison filled with intellectuals, a remarkable story unfolded. These inmates, burdened with hard labor, found a unique way to keep their spirits high. They organized a covert poetry translation contest. This was no small feat. They couldn't openly announce the contest, so they used coded messages and secret communication methods. Just deciding on which poem to translate took months, as they had to discreetly inform inmates in different cells. They eventually settled on Walt Whitman's "O Captain, My Captain," a poem most inmates could recall by heart, as they had no paper for reference. With the poem selected, the real challenge began. Lacking paper and pens, one inmate named Tibor used soap to write on the sole of his shoe, carving letters with a toothpick. Each line was memorized before being secretly passed on to the next cell. In time, multiple versions of the translated poems circulated within the prison, each critiqued and voted on by the inmates. They even moved on to translating a poem by the German poet Schiller. Despite being in a place that stripped them of their freedom and opportunities, these intellectuals found a way to experience the pinnacle of human spirit, all by organizing a poetry translation contest in the most unconventional of ways. The Russian author Solzhenitsyn, known for his anti-authoritarian novel The Gulag Archipelago, also spoke of experiencing flow. He described moments when, even surrounded by desperate inmates and armed guards, he felt an overwhelming sense of freedom and happiness. For him, the physical barriers of the prison ceased to exist, as if he had flown far away in his mind. This shows that anyone skilled in finding flow is not a genuine flow experience. Achieving this state of flow is all about personal growth, influenced by your surroundings, cultural beliefs, and personality traits. Let's shift to everyday life and explore the joy that our senses can bring us. Something as simple as a walk can induce a state of flow, but it's not just about walking. The real formula for deriving pleasure from any sensory experience is the combination of action and emotional engagement. To truly experience something, you need to engage both your senses and your soul. For example, when walking, set specific goals and make incremental demands on yourself to improve from the day before. By doing so, you'll find that the simple act of walking becomes far more engaging. Marathon running can be another avenue for flow, where runners feel incomplete unless they cover several miles. Running, like walking and dancing, can naturally induce a state of flow when you're fully immersed in the rhythm and music. The term yoga originally means union, signifying the union between humans and the divine. Practicing yoga can also lead to a state of flow. The author argues that the West has much to learn from the East when it comes to holistic practices that integrate the body, mind, and spirit. Engaging in activities like listening to music or appreciating art can also induce a state of flow. Take the time to immerse yourself fully in these experiences rather than rushing through them. Intellectual pursuits, whether in history, science, or philosophy, can offer the joy of flow. Newton, engrossed in his scientific thoughts, once accidentally boiled his watch instead of an egg. This level of immersion illustrates how intellectual joy can lead to flow. Whether you're a professional or an amateur, the key to experiencing flow is to find activities that allow for personal growth and continuous challenges. While many see work as a necessary burden, Freud argued that the key to happiness is a balance of work and love. Shifting your mindset can transform work into one of the most fulfilling aspects of life, rich with opportunities for flow experiences. Viewing work as a game and having a job structured to be challenging rather than monotonous are both crucial. Your attitude and the design of the work play equal roles in achieving a state of flow. Leisure time is equally important, impacting overall well-being. Mastering both work and leisure is vital for a fulfilled life. The way we spend our free time significantly impacts our life's achievements. Whether it's smartphone games, TV series, or other leisure activities, it's crucial to consider if they contribute to personal growth or just serve as a means for someone else to profit. Delving into deep work and intellectual pursuits can offer peak flow moments and add joy to your work. The joy we get from interacting with others is a powerful force. Ever wondered why many people fear loneliness? It's because being alone makes it challenging to maintain mental equilibrium. Learning to value solitude should begin in childhood. If a young teen struggles to be alone, they might face difficulties in jobs requiring serious focus later on. Many teens today immediately reach for their phones or turn on the TV when they get home, avoiding solitude. However, summoning joy isn't always easy. Our minds tend to lean towards darker thoughts, making teens worry about looks, social status, and the future. To escape this mental chaos, they turn to distractions like music, TV, or hanging out with friends. If you can't find value in solitude or discover flow experiences within it, you may struggle with tasks requiring deep concentration later in life. But a word of caution: continual relaxation and indulgence only lead to increasing mental disarray. Learning to focus during moments of solitude can lead to anti-entropic behaviors. Once mastered, joy can be found in relationships, be it with family, friends, or co-workers. Engaging in one-on-one conversations can lead to flow experiences, making life truly fulfilling. Fully present in conversations, listening without interrupting or rushing to give your opinion, can tap into this state of flow. Relationships become deeply rewarding when you focus on the other person, elevating conversations to a new level of flow. Lastly, finding flow in the face of challenges is crucial for personal growth. Adversity often serves as a catalyst for transformation. An intriguing book called Conversations with God illustrates this point. It tells the story of a man who went from having it all to losing everything and finding purpose in life's challenges. It highlights the transformative power of overcoming setbacks and turning challenges into opportunities for reaching a flow state. In essence, achieving a flow state is about seeking life's purpose. Life's challenges can become opportunities for us to reach this state. Examples like inmates organizing poetry contests or individuals finding purpose in unexpected places showcase the transformative power of overcoming setbacks. Ultimately, achieving a flow state is about learning how to seek life's purpose, evolving beyond material gains, security, and social standing. We each hold the keys to our own evolution, capable of reducing chaos in our minds and living in a constant state of flow. This state is akin to the deep focus discussed in Buddhist teachings, allowing us to be consistently joyful and mindful of each moment. May this book inspire us to start small but aim big, seeking growth and finding ways to reduce the chaos in our minds.
We're keen to hear your thoughts on our content. Feel free to share your opinions or recommend books in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Business Book Summaries and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest summaries. Thank you and have a wonderful day.